Vetterli. She is the head of FMF and AID Global Association, based in Switzerland, and this is the organization that we did raise money for our stream here on the Planet of Nerds. And Milena, thank you for coming on this call and joining us. If you could maybe just give us a little bit of background about yourself and why you started the organization.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, actually, it all started because of my son. He was always sick since he was a baby, and we didn't know what was wrong with him. And I kept, going back to doctors and looking for answers. Then I looked online to see if I could find any information. I couldn't find any, so I was left on my own with all the problems, and it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And when I finally was able to get help from my son, then I thought to myself, well, since there's nobody else helping, I would like to do this. So I spoke with my husband, and he agreed that, I quit my job. So ever since, I've been helping people online. So everything was informal in the beginning. And later on, it was actually patients who started coming to me and saying, why don't you start an organization? And then, it just made sense. So that's what I did. So it was a group of parents, you can say, who started this. So I registered first the association.
Sorry, I'm getting, because I've been there, so.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing that there's actually someone out there who does care, because for a long time, for 30 some odd years, I felt like there was really no one that did really understand. So it was, again, great to connect with you on Facebook, and then, be able to do this for the organization, and the fact that you quit your job and to help people, and that your husband was supportive, and that you're helping your own son too. It's so incredible. So thank you. Thank you for everything that you do.
Actually, I'm the one who has to thank you all for your kind donations. I mean, I really didn't expect it. We're always struggling because, as I just said, we would like to do even more. And with these funds, for example, we can see how to best utilize the money. Like, for example, we're thinking of offering some therapy for children, because it's difficult for a child. I mean, if it's difficult for an adult to cope with this disease, as you can imagine, for a child, they don't know what to do, because it's, their whole life is interrupted, you can say. So now I just found actually psychologists and therapists who has experience in dealing with children with rare diseases. So, for example, I was thinking that this money could be used towards this help that we're going to offer to children.
Oh, that would be amazing, and that kind of can lead into Kevin's question that he's going to ask.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, I was just not just, well, me and Steph, we weren't really aware of this before, we met Chris. So this is an education for us as well. And what I was really wondering is, how do you help people around the world? What type of support, etc., do you actually provide to people around the world? And how would you like to improve that going forwards?
Okay, the help we offer is, we have various help groups online in different languages. And we also collaborate with a lot of other organizations that help patients with autoinflammatory diseases. So we are all really connected, because the idea is to help as many patients as possible. So so we run these groups. I do it 24 hours a day, except for the 4 or 5 hours that I get to sleep. It always depends who needs my help. Like last night, for example, just an example. I was already in bed, and then someone contacted me in the US, and they only had time at, it was my, 3 in the morning, and they asked me, is it possible? But it was important to them because they're expecting a baby and they were worried about all this. So I got out of bed, so I had to come to the computer to talk to them. But yeah, that's how it is. So that's one of the ways we help, but also by having contact with people like that through our online groups. We help them to find a specialist close to where they live. Sometimes they need also genetic testing and, like to prove that they have one of these diseases.
Yeah.
And sometimes doctors don't want to help. We have good doctors who do everything to help their patients, but there are other doctors that they're just so stubborn. I guess it's because maybe they don't have the necessary knowledge on these rare diseases. So sometimes they won't prescribe the genetic test, and if they don't get to do a genetic test, then they will never have an answer, so they cannot prove anything. So we're actually now in a position to even pay for genetic testing for some people.
How would you like to improve these things going forward?
Well, since we have now more volunteers, the idea I have, because I'm running the association, is to we have to try and get more funds, like from foundations, for example. And this is how we can pay, for example, for genetic testing, because we got a grant specifically for that. So we cannot use the money for anything else. And so that, and for example, in the US, we're looking into registering the organization. So hopefully we can be also more involved even in research.
Wow.
So,
No small plans then.
no. No, I actually
just go all out, yeah.
And actually, I had to do a course. Well, it was my choice to do this course so that I can be involved in research. And there's one more person from our association who is also doing the course. It took 1.5 years. It's like a university there is in Europe, an online university for patients. So you become a certified patient expert, so they call it.
I wish we could do more for you, I'll be honest.
You have done already a lot, because as I said, any help is really good.
Well, that kind of leads on to my question, because you already mentioned earlier on that the money that we've raised, and thanks again to everyone that contributed during our fundraiser, may potentially be used for like psychologists, physiotherapy for little children that are going through something like this.
Yeah.
But in the future, we will be doing another fundraiser. It will be for your association, because at the end of the day, our friend Chris, as you've mentioned, has something like this FMF. So it's a cause that is close to our hearts. I suppose really, when we do another fundraiser, what would potentially be on your wish list for the future?
There are so many projects, so I will have to, as soon as I have more detailed information, I'll give it to Chris. He's actually now helping us. He's a volunteer with us, and we're very glad to have him on board. It's always better to have someone who knows about the diseases, how it feels, because like this you can understand other people better. And I guess together, because it's not just me deciding, we all bring ideas. We have to see where is that the money is most needed, and then it will be applied to that.
Generally then, in this particular world, where is the money needed at the moment, in your opinion? Which sector's kind of screaming out the most for like the autoinflammatory diseases?
Well, what we need is something that I don't think it can be done like this, but it's, you know, money for research. We're looking into teaming up also with maybe a research department somewhere. We're already in negotiations, because we need to try to find, well, I don't know if a cure, but at least a medication that works better for us and one that is affordable to people, because there are a few therapies out there that help for most of us, but not for all of us. And they are extremely expensive and they are not available in all countries, which is a problem. Yeah, so that's why I think research is what we have to be involved in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
And you know, Chris, how it is, especially when we're going through a flare, that's how we call it, not to feel alone. You know, if you know that if you have any questions, then you have someone you can reach out to.
Thank you so much for everything that you do. And again, I know, like you said, having FMF, it's hard sometimes not being in control of your own body.
True dedication there.
Absolutely.
I think if you do
Oh,
this
there's
type
the
of,
Yorkshire in Steph coming out there. Can't even be polite for 2 minutes.
Hey, I said freaking. I know what you heard.
no, I think, you know, if you do this type of work, you really have to do it from your heart. It shouldn't be because you have any other type of interest.
Mm.
Because if I was after money, I would just get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The hours would be better.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Have to
hours
get up
would
at
be
3 in the
True.
morning. We'll post some links when this video goes up, but just please tell everybody who's going to watch this video, how can they get in touch? How, you know, if they're suffering, how can they get in touch? Where can they find you? If they want to donate, how can they go about that?
Everything is on the website. We have a website. It's www.fmfaid.org. All the information is there. If there is someone watching this who has any recurrent symptoms of any type, like can be abdominal pain, headaches, I don't know, joint pain, any type of pain that just keeps recurring and doctors can't find out what they have, then they should definitely go on the website. They can send us an email, everything is there. We have even a chat box on the website, so they can contact us anytime and we'll get in touch with them and try to help them. Thank you guys for doing this fundraiser for us. As I said, you can be sure that it's gonna have a good use. So everything we do, as I said, is just to help patients.
So Milena, thank you. I know you probably have the rest of your evening a lot to do, but so thank you for, again, as Steph said, taking time out of your busy schedule, and I will definitely talk to you soon, and yeah, again, thank you.
Well,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your help.
So,
It's Milena.
bye,
Laters.
Milena.
Thank you.